が敵を食らう。
Could always use more heroes.
我が敵を食らう。Could always use more heroes.我が敵を食らう。
Howdy, howdy, howdy. Welcome everybody to another wonderful night here at the Owlet. I am Steidel24.
And I am Leoxicon.
And we are going to be bringing you some great Overwatch matches here between, I believe the teams are Licorice Whip and Quantum Charge.
Yes, sir.
And of course, behind the screens, behind the curtain, is the wonderful Hodo Hori running production for us. So make sure that you guys give him a shout out in the Discord for bringing you this beautiful match from the graces of his PC. But just to kick things off, we are going to be starting on Busan. But before we go in and get into the action, I did want to talk a little bit about the teams. And yeah, have you had much of a chance to look at Licorice Whip?
Yeah, I have seen a couple of their games. An interesting fact for the people who don't know, who are watching this game at home, Licorice Whip is a team comprised of only girls. So similar to what Lotus was back in Season 1 at Owlet, Licorice Whip go full girl team, and hopefully they have enough power to take a win tonight.
More power to them. And you know what? I think I kind of wish I'd like to see more teams like this, even in the higher echelons, like a contenders team or something like that. I would love to see that. And then Quantum Charge, I'm sorry. They're going to be coming in trying to make the stop here. They're a little bit higher on the SR range, just barely. But are there any key moments, key players that you're looking to see?
Honestly, in regards of players, I haven't had the time to sit down and watch specifically players, since most of these minor players are completely new to me, and I barely know none of them. But hopefully both teams do show up tonight, and looks like we will be starting on Busan shortly soon.
Yeah, neither of these teams really calling themselves strong on the control maps. We do have Quantum Charge thinking that they are the best on those hybrid maps where you got to take the point and then push the payload. And it looks like Licorice Whip saying pretty much the same thing. King's Row style of maps, those are the ones that they feel strongest on.
Ready for battle.
But yeah, it'll definitely be interesting to see how both teams fare, because Quantum Charge right now does have the advantage in the standings because they are 1-0. Meanwhile, Licorice Whip are 0-1. So both Licorice Whip definitely trying to tie up the standings in this game, and Quantum Charge trying to take an early lead in the standings by taking this win from them tonight. But looks like we'll be starting off Busan in the next 5 seconds.
4, 3, 2.
Both teams lining up at the door with mirror compositions. They are going to be running the Diva Goats. And you know, Diva getting a little bit of a buff from the armor buff that came through recently. So we'll see if Brig is able to keep up to those. Ooh, Phantom off to a quick start, taking Tomuku out of the fight as if taken by surprise. I see a little bit of an evening here, but not too much. Nanorocket going to take out Sarah and that's going to take out your main tank, and that's pretty much a lost fight. And we're going to see QC here take a quick first point.
Yeah, Quantum Charge doing really good. As you mentioned, both teams running Zen Goats, and it looks like right now, Quantum Charge forgot to capture the point, but now you have Vendel right there capturing the point. And looks like Nanorocket is gonna have a huge advantage in regards of like Earth Shatters, but it doesn't really matter because Goats both Ryan tend to have Earth Shatters on cooldown. So we'll see how this fight pans out.
All right, making no time. There goes the big shatter, trying to get a shield out, but nothing was there. He's gonna go ahead and grab 4, and the cleanup is quick. Max grabbing a quick double kill onto both Spark and to Miko as the Diva hunts down the Zenyatta. Big D-Mech there. They're not gonna kill her. They're gonna go ahead and let her stagger. Sin City put into an awkward position here. He tries to get back into spawn, but Max is not going to let them. And right now, QC, Quantum Charge being quite controlling of this very small, narrow corridor up to the point. I mean, it's hard for Licorice Whip to even get close. What do you do in this situation?
In this situation, they're probably going to try to go left side, as right now, as you can see, Sarah BB is trying to do. But never mind, they're going straight at it. They do have Earth Shatter. It does get blocked by Nanorocket. It comes to rally, but a competent Gravicon Search comes out. And right now, both teams using a lot of volts trying to survive.
Yeah, and a little bit sloppy there. We did see both Fluffy and Sarcy layer those support ultimates. That's never something that you want to do. It's going to allow Nanorocket to come back strong. He takes Tomiko out of the fight, putting them all the way back to spawn once again. The entire team of Licorice Whip is trying to get out of there.
Yeah, Quantum Charge is being relentless right now. They're going straight into spawn, not even giving a care in the world right now. You can see definitely Acid Drink, really high charge right now, so he's probably going to be the focus of target, if not in Nano Rocket. Max gets the dash onto Strategy. Both bombs are coming out, in comes the sound barrier, and
Looks like it's only going to be Phantom that's going to be able to come through with any sort of purchase there. Both Shatters landing on deaf ears, and one barely even landing at all, though. Once again, Quantum Charge. Once it gets to this mid-fight, they just seem to have the upper hand. The sustain is not there right now for Quantum Charge.
Yeah, that's gonna be round number 1 pretty convincingly right there. Probably they'll have to switch up the goats because they're just like they seem to be just get completely choked in that spot. But hopefully the switching of the rounds just like makes the map difference. And we are going to Sanctum, and Sanctum does have a various routes to take to the point. So we'll see if they do something different.
So what do you change here? Some people say if you're going up against goats, the only way that you can beat is to play goats with a different healer. Do you think that's an option here, or do they need to switch up their composition to maybe something a little bit more divey that can poke the goats comp, come back, wait till their ultimates are ready, and then approach?
Definitely that's one of the options right now. But honestly, I just think it's just like engagements. Because RDG definitely was going by himself. By himself, and not having much success right now. So they had to try to play a little bit more close as a team, because Goats is all about that. Just have coordination and have teams play together. And right now they're going engagement, and we'll see what's going to happen.
Yeah, both teams fighting at the high drum. Up here, and Spark gonna find the first kill onto Max this time, but Iskahar with a quick evener there onto Sarah. So one team's lost the healer, but the other team's lost the main tank, and that's a little bit more important to have in the fight here. Starcy will be able to even it out onto Nano Rocket, but the kills are heavily in favor of Quantum Charge. And once again, we will see Quantum Charge take first point here in this control point. And if they win this, they get this map easily.
Yes. And yeah, right now, as you can see, Nano Rocket does have that huge advantage in regards to Burst Shatter, 73% compared to Sarah DG's 35%. So looks like right now, both there's definitely a difference in code composition. And right now, it seems Licorice Whip is doing a really good job.
Licorice doing a wonderful job right now of doing the rotation, but they're not able to get onto the point. As once again, Sarah DG is gonna get taken out. She just can't stand up against all of the damage that's coming out between this high charge Zarya and Nano Rocket. Iced Tea Drink making quick work right there of Spark, Sin City, and Sarcy.
Oh yeah, and as you can see for Quantum Charge, they have all their ultimates online, and in regards for Licorice Whip, that can't be the same thing. So it's gonna be hard to convince. We're gonna see what they try to do in regards of routes and takes. Looks like they're going to right side. Rally is coming out for the side of Quantum Charge. We're gonna have a really big team fight.
Now those rallies are coming to an end, and as that happens, Nano's looking to set up a great play. There goes the Graviton into the Diva Bomb. Transcendence does come out. It's not protected from the burst damage, but gladly the shield was there from Sarah, now trying to fight off both the Lucio and Diva from the opposing side, but Quantum Charge not giving up on this push. Evandale does take Sarah D out of the fight. Once again, an Iced Tea Drink continues with the follow-up, and it seems that once Sarah falls, the rest of the team is having a little bit of trouble continuing the fight.
Yeah, and that's basically what usually happens in Goats. Your Reinhardt is the backbone of this team, and in Goats v Goats, usually the Rein is the main target of both teams. Nano Rocket bringing out the Earth Shatter just on Spark. Spark gets eliminated. In comes a bomb, and an Earth Shatter doesn't get anything with the bomb, but right now, SRDG does get the charge onto Nano Rocket, so let's see if this is a turnaround for Licorice Whip.
Oh no, not only did the Transcendence come out from Evandale to save Nano Rocket from that charge, but as it looks like Spark was trying to get in there to pop that Graviton, Phantom went ahead and ate it. Just hungry hippoed that thing. But finally, for the first time in this match, we see Licorice Whip get onto the point for a little bit of contest. There goes the final Graviton from Spark. Was able to build up another Graviton within that fight.
Yeah, here comes a Hammond too, trying to delay the fight a little bit more as much as possible, but it seems right now Nano Rocket does get the Earth Shatter, and that's going to be Busan. Ooh. That was a little bit too one-sided in my opinion.
Yeah, Licorice Whip having a difficult time on our first map here. Not too much of a surprise though. A lot of teams that are really good at those payload hybrid maps have a bit of a difficult time on these control point maps. These can be a little bit more brawly, a little bit more solo skill in some areas. You know, it really does allow for somebody who's able to get out and frag, whether that be the Reinhardt or your healer or your DPS, whoever that may be. Maps like Busan really do lend it to their favor.
Mm-hmm. And it's going to be interesting to see what Licorice Whip does in regards of competition, because they are running the mirror match in regards of Sengoats, but it's clearly not working for them, whether it's a communication-based error or just like straight up Quantum Charge just playing the composition better. We're definitely going to see what they try to do here in Dorado. Since Dorado does have more high ground and different flank routes, we'll see what Licorice Whip can bring to the table to see if they can try to stand up to Quantum's Charge. Amazing start.
Well, both of the teams are ready to go in. Both of us are ready to go in. And I'm pretty sure that everybody watching is ready to go in. So we are going to fly on into Dorado here. And now we're getting into a little bit of a different environment. It's no longer brawling for a point. You got to protect the payload and push it to the end. So what do you think about defense here? It's Dorado. You can have that high ground in the beginning. What do you like to run?
Usually here on Dorado, something very common that most teams I've seen play are like that Widow in the back line. Widow here has tremendous sidelines, and if they run tight composition as goats, Widow has so many long ranges where she can just like try to take pot shots against enemy supports, and eventually they're gonna get a kill. Also, dive is really good here. Point 1 is not that great. Point B is when it starts getting really good because you have that high ground during street phase.
A lot of verticality.
Yeah, a lot of verticality, especially here on point, specifically next to the spawn points. These buildings are definitely really good for Diva players and Winston players, where you can just like go back up, get healed, drop back down to the payload and contest, and just have your DPS have the biggest space available. Just have a playground to shoot at, and hopefully everything goes well. We'll see what Quantum Charge does decide to go for defense.
Yep, and we are keeping the same colors, so Quantum Charge will be in the blue, and Licorice Whip will be in the red. Licorice Whip will be attacking first, of course, which is what that means. And it looks like they're showing a goats?
Yeah.
A dive goats?
Yeah, or people sometimes call it, I think they call it floats, because Winston flies.
Okay, I can go with floats.
Yeah, floats.
I'm a big fan of root beer floats.
Yeah, they're really good. And in regards for Quantum Charge, looks like they are going with the classic Zen Goats. Hey, if it worked that great on last game, why not just try it again and see if you can just like keep winning the game? Oh, but there is a lever with Max, so we will be having a pause.
Yeah, I was gonna say if it ain't broke, don't fix it, but this is definitely something we are gonna fix. So we're gonna have a pause so that he can come back in. But on the attack, how do you think this is gonna work? So we're playing the Winston into the brig, so we know that there's a chance for that stun to happen as you're trying to leave the encounter or as you initiate the encounter. And only Sin City is going to be able to really dive with that Winston.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think this is going to be a positive thing or a negative thing when it comes down to brass tacks?
Probably for Licorice Whip, what they're going to try to be doing with floats in this composition is trying to abuse the high ground. Try to deal as much damage without taking enough damage. So try to see Sarah DG trying to use advantage points from high grounds where she can hit Nano Rocket without Nano Rocket actually hitting her back. So it's going to be interesting, definitely.
All right, looks like Max is back in the fight. So we're going to go ahead and kick things off. They will start at a bit of a disadvantage, though.
Yeah, because
they won't be in position, and they're going to have to wait for him to come back for spawn. Tiskahar has to go back and taxi that brig up to the defending point, which will have to be at this chokehold.
And right now it seems Quantum Charge are giving Licorice Whip all the cart right now. They just want to wait until they go to the choke point where they can use the most advantage of goats. Right now you see their Fluffy using that third person view to see where they are right now. Looks like both tanks are on the right side trying to get as much damage on the tanks.
Yep, and like you said, Goat's not very good at long distance damage. Everything is really in the brawl. See what happens there. DG gonna drop down with Sin City, cutting off Phantom from the rest of the fight, coming in from behind, but it's not gonna be enough. It's caught by that fire strike. That'll be the end of the main tank once again. You do see Lucio go down and Quantum Charge charging back to spawn.
Yeah, right now you have Licorice Whip going completely fallback, and that's usually just what happens in goats v goats, right? As the moment the main tank just drops from the fight is completely over. His goats can just completely run over you. So right now we see Sarah DG switching off to the Reinhardt. It looks like they did enjoy having floats. Not only that, but Sarcy is going to be switching off the Moira, so they're going to be in a little bit of an ult disadvantage. But here you have Max using his rally, being really aggressive. Phantomisu does have that bomb for whenever he wants to use it, and both rounds are coming down.
A bit of a late rally coming out of Fluffy, but we look at the sound barrier from Tiskahar to go ahead and counteract that, and that's all the health that they needed to break Sarah DG's shield and put her back into the grave, and they're going to push the entire rest of the spawn back, or the rest of the team back into the spawn, putting monkeys back in the barrel, and Licorice Whip cannot find a foothold on this uphill climb.
Yeah, definitely. It's surprising that they're not trying to go with a Pharmacy in this position. Pharmacy is really good here on Dorado, but in the meantime, right now, in comes the Sound Barrier and Earth Shatter. Doesn't get nobody dead up at this moment, but Nanorock is going to be the first person to die, and this might be really good for Licorice Whip.
Yeah, both Transcendences were popped out. Diva Bomb coming out on one side, but it's not going to find any purchase. They are without their main tank. Quantum Charge, Licorice Whip, Sarah DG laying down a fat shatter. There's the Diva Bomb looking to find a couple more kills. It's not going to find anything. Sarah D with good sense to turn around, put up that shield, and keep herself alive. And there you go, Licorice Whip finally being able to get themselves some momentum and push this payload on. They may even get all the way to the first point. Looks like Nanorocket is waiting for the cue from his team to charge back in for the contest.
Looks like they're going to go for a Graviton Surge with Icy Drinks. Graviton Surge, and in there it comes. It's right on car. Icy Drink does take out Sarcy out of the fight right now. And it's pretty even right now in regards to fighting.
Yeah, the Graviton came out, and while that happened, Nanorocket got put into a wall by Sarah DG, once again giving them the advantage in this fight, but a high charge iced tea drink is going to want to change that fact. Now they're both down a main tank, and Phantom's going to go ahead and push this in Quantum Charge's favor. Licorice Whip, they got a little bit of distance there, but they had to use a lot to do it, and now they have nothing to defend.
Yeah, it's just so impressive how Quantum Charge is so aggressive. You just have Max literally going behind Sarah DG, getting the bash, and then just coming back. I feel Licorice Whip has to be a little bit more punishing when Max does that kind of stuff, because he should not be allowed to be doing stuff like that. Right now, Sumiko is going to be coming out with the sound barrier. A lot of ults have
done there. Looks like Sarah DG did get the shatter blocked by Nanorocket. Self-destruct goes in, does find Tiskahar, so they are up on the support front. Max, however, taking Sarah out of the fight. Now you're down to main tank. That makes this a 5v4 in favor of Quantum Charge. Licorice Whip losing another member. The rally comes out a little bit late from Fluffy. Not able to keep any of the members alive throughout this Brawl Fest here. Nanorocket getting a good set there. The shatter comes out, trying to stop them from getting back to the payload to trigger overtime, but Lucio going around and back over the top, gonna be able to make it there. There's a sound barrier coming out from Tiskahar as well to keep Quantum Charge alive in this final battle here. As X-Spark does fall, Nanorocket takes Sarah G out of the fight. Now it's a 4v6. It's not looking great. Transcendence from Evandel to come out and help Quantum Charge put this in the bag. Teammate on the Sin City is gonna finish this match. At least this side of it.
Yeah, like this round, really good job and focus from Quantum Charge right there. Also, have to know, Phantom Mitsu did a really tremendous job. We didn't note it. He did eat the Graviton Surge from the side of Spark. So that was one ult just removed by a right click. So really good job right there from Quantum Charge. Getting ready, knowing that what ultimates they have, and just capitalizing on the fact.
And mind you, that is the second Graviton that's been eaten.
True. So definitely Diva is going to work today. So congrats on Phantom Mitsu. On Phantom Tissue, my bad.
And that, oh, Phantom Tissue, oh, good side note there. But on that note, not a lot of distance for the payload to move. And we've seen Quantum Charge have a commanding hold when it comes to the mid-fight. If Licorice Whip isn't able to get quick picks, they've had a lot of issues getting through the fight.
Yeah, definitely. And it's going to be interesting what they are going to bring out. And it looks like Licorice Whip are going to be bringing out the hook, the ball and chain combo with Orisa and Roadhog. It looks like they're bringing out the Bastion Anime, the pull pork, as Hodo likes to call it. And yeah, it's gonna be definitely interesting going against Goats. But looks like Max is gonna be going on Widow, so maybe not. They're gonna go with Ghost for this startup attack.
Now we got El Presidente on the field, X-Spark on the Bastion, and what better to counteract a composition that's bad at range damage than a long-range damage person like Bastion, like Orisa. They can both get a little bit of damage there, but what they're not expecting is this underneath the map flank that is happening right now. Quantum Charge knows that they have a disadvantage at distance, so they're pushing in close, they're pushing in quick to get behind. There's Tumiko. He's going to go ahead and put up a wall, but that's only delaying the inevitable. Tiskahar, does get frozen by Tumiko, so they lose their Lucio quite early on. They're going to decide to go ahead and continue with the fight, but what nobody's paying any attention to is the baby diva pushing the point.
Oh no. Okay, but finally they find that out. Sand Tissue is going to be taking out, but is already really close to getting tank configuration, so that's gonna be really big in regards to multiples.
And it will be not to mention that X-Spark is almost at 100%, and they have this payload at quite an awkward position to push. If you don't have any long range distance, it's going to be very difficult to get back to Spark in order to get any damage. But they're going to do the exact same thing. They're not taking the main lane. They're going to go underneath and up to the high ground behind. Spark not turning or moving. He's focused on the Zenyatta. Maywall will go up. They'll get behind. Nanorocket looking for his chance to charge in there. Does get the fire strike onto Miku. X-Spark going to go ahead and pull that tank configuration out as Phantom Tissue takes Sarah DG out of the fight. We've lost a lot of members for Licorice Whip, and spawn advantage is definitely in Quantum Charge's alleyway. And Ice-T grabbing a quick double. That's going to be about it for the defense, except for that Nano, except for that hammer. Sin City and Sarsi both getting laid to the ground by Nano Rocket as that shatter paves the way for this payload to get dangerously close. Self-destruct does go in just to make sure. Why not put that final nail in the coffin? Hammond from Sarah DG to get back to the payload does make it back in time to trigger a contest. 2 minutes left on the clock for them. They can hold the position where it is and they can win, but the kill feed is not on their favor.
Yeah, and that's gonna be just Quantum Charge taking it out. Nice job of noticing that they had the Bastion on the high ground and then just like dropped the choke, taking the left side and just basically going behind them. And yeah, definitely Nano Quantum Charge is definitely way good on Ghost right now. They seem to be all on page, knowing what they want, and they're just capitalizing on that, taking the quick 2-0 lead in today's match.
Right now, it seems like the snowball effect doesn't apply to just a single map, but in fact, multiple maps, as Licorice Whip is finding a difficult time here. Licorice Whip is finding a difficult time here getting a foot up on Quantum Charge. I believe our next map is going to be Hanamura.
Yeah.
Which means this is the strat map. This is the map where, you know, you can't just run a brawly, oh, this guy's good at this hero, so let's put him on that and we can get through this. This is what I like to call the keyboard breaker. This first chokehold on Hanamura has caused multiple friends of mine, not myself, friends of mine, to possibly destroy computer equipment during solo comp. It also could have been solo comp, but I blame it on the choke. This is a difficult choke to get through, but it's a great choke to defend. So on defense, what are you expecting?
Probably on defense, definitely something very common for most teams is that they like to, since most teams are running goats, they definitely enjoy running the Mei to just like have the wall to separate the team. And that's definitely a really an effective way to just remove goats from that point A. And not only that, going back to the comment that you said of annoying choke point, point A is annoying, but point B, in my opinion, is just as worse because of the spawn because of the respawns and how hard it is to just like finish off the map. You have to be really good with ults, combinations, and just finishing off the map is just always a pain, in my opinion.
True, but you know, as a long-range DPS player, I like my Widowmaker. I like my Ashe.
Oh, Widow is really good.
I liked McCree. Now I think he's a little bit obnoxious. Like, okay, McCree, get your family hammer out of here. But
Yeah, just go mix
that
right
second
click all over
point,
the place.
such a beautiful spot for long-range DPS. It's like a playground.
Initiating.
Yeah, you have so many spots. You can be in top right, top left, wherever your heart desires, really.
So as long as you can get that and keep your ultimates from point A, then you might have a chance. But I do agree. There are many issues, not issues, but there are points of this map that are kind of difficult to overcome despite what your opponent's skill level may be.
Very true. And in regards to this match, it's going to be interesting to see how Licorice engages this, because by this point, they definitely have to realize that Quantum Charge has only gone Zen Goats. So probably knowing that fact, they should try to go with a composition that's anti-goats. And here we go. We do see Snoats coming with the Mei on Tumiko on the Mei. So as mentioned previously, the reason for this Mei is just once the ghost passes through the main choke point, just make a wall right there, separate the Rhine, and just like bum rush to that Rhine and just like take him out completely. That's gonna be the major play style of this composition.
And this may not be locked in, but what is your opinion right now on the composition for Quantum Charge? For Quantum Charge. They're running the triple tank, but they don't have 3 healers. They're gonna go ahead and run Max on that Hanzo for the dragon grab.
Yeah, possibly Max is gonna go in there, gonna shoot a sonar arrow and maybe just come back. If not, just running the Hanzo works. Because you have a way to go on this top right, as he's probably gonna do right now. Yeah, he does go top right, gonna see what's going on, gonna be shooting. OD was just saying hello, and Sin City already dropping off. That's gonna be really bad from the side of Licorice Whip, and he keeps the wall and not really separating anybody, so that's gonna be a green light for Quantum Charge to come in.
Yep, there goes the D-suit very late in the fight onto Nano Rocket, who, by the way, is off of the main tank role for this fight. And Ice-T is just going to go swinging through the rest of the team with the help of Max. And beautiful job there by Nano Rocket and Max going up onto that high ground. Nano Rocket firing the missiles at Sin City so that Sin City uses that defense matrix. And then up comes the Hanzo with that storm arrow to just lay damage out onto that mech. That's why we saw that D-mech so quickly.
Yeah, very true, very true. And definitely going to be interesting to see right now what Quantum Charge will do. They definitely are going to go straight through the middle. Still, Tomiko does have that main to see if they can separate. And Ice-T is going to be separated right now. But Tomiko does get anti, so he's in an awkward position. In comes an Earth Shatter, does get Ice-T drink. In comes, and he's out of the fight already. So we're going to see Licorice Whip does have a chance here on point B.
Yep, a lot of ults being used right now. Nano goes on to got the name. They're going to have to back out of that fight. Wasted ultimate there. Coalescence did get used as well, and it looks like Tiskahar getting caught solo does get the sleep onto Fluffy. So Fluffy's asleep. Max is trying to help out here on the Hanzo. But now the rest of Licorice Whip coming down to help out. Max going to commit suicide. Oh, no! There goes Tiskahar. Seems like we got a suicide pact here on Quantum Charge.
It's just a simpler hard reset for the side of Quantum Charge. Don't want your supports and your DPS in that position. Probably just want to go either main or top right. But it's definitely going to be difficult because right now Tomiko does have that Blizzard and Sin City does have that bomb. So they might try to use a combo if they get enough of a big of a Blizzard. So we're going to be seeing what they do in regard. And also in regards to Phantom Tissue and Max, they do have that Graviton and Dragons combo. So we'll see which combo comes out first.
See if Sin City's able to play that hungry hippo role.
Oh!
Now a lot of people onto the point. There's a lot of people on the point. There goes the self-destruct from Nano Rocket followed. Oh no, from Sin City! And it's big! It got both of the tanks! That transcendence from Evandel. Null and Void not even going to be able to protect the rest of his team. Fluffy, however, struggling to stay alive off of the back of that transcendence. Able to let Nano Rocket get a little bit of extra stuff there. Fluffy gonna fall finally as Sarah does get back to the point. Self-destruct on point. No shields to protect anybody. Spark is gonna fall to that. And spawn advantage is the only thing keeping Luna Whip alive. That Shatter gonna go ahead and grab the last couple of members that are on the point to contest. Fluffy finally coming back, not able to find anything. Dragons into the spawn. This is looking pretty dark and gray for Licorice Whip right now. Sarah trying to get back onto the point, but she just can't. Too much damage comes out, so they get it with 4.5 minutes.
Yes, I do believe. And even though Licorice Whip did get the Blizzard and Diva Bomb combo. It just wasn't enough. It's just Quantum Charge just managed to self-sustain even though they lost 2 of their 3 tanks. And not only that, they lost their Ryan and Zarya. So only Dio was the only tank on point, but they still managed to self-sustain with the supports and just managed to outplay, to say, point B there. And yeah, it was a quick take. And funny enough, they have 4 minutes and 44 seconds to recapture if they need to.
Yeah, that's a screenshotable time right there.
Definitely a lucky number if I've ever seen one. Not many times you see repeating numbers like that.
Ready for battle.
All right, what do we got here from Licorice Whip on the attack? It looks like they're gonna run goats. What a surprise!
What a surprise! It's like it's the meta or something.
What?
Incoming in
Yeah.
It looks like we're gonna see the exact same composition from Quantum Charge as well. I'll be running the 2 healers, strip 3 tanks, and that Hanzo for that grab dragon, which we didn't get to see last time. But you know, defenses usually tend to be a little bit longer, so maybe they'll be able to get that grab dragon combination out this time around.
Oh yeah, definitely. And Max is going to be getting his dragons really, really fast, especially when you're going against goats. You have so many health pools. Max is going to be clicking heads probably, and probably going to be having dragons on cooldown. But we're going to be seeing right now Licorice Whip taking like a split composition, split on outside of their spawn, but now they're going inside.
See what they're able to do. They're trying to instigate this fight as quickly as possible, but once again, we're seeing Sin City get desuited very quickly within the fight. Sarah getting the first one up onto Ice-T. No res, no mercy. There goes the desuit on the Nano Rocket. Now the door is open. Coalescence really early from Starcy, going to just mow through the defenses here. Max trying to stay alive, getting pushed and batted around by Lucio. Now that might be, we're seeing a different version of Licorice Whip here on Hanamura.
Oh yeah, definitely. This looks like a completely different team here on attack. Did a really good job in self-sustaining Sarah DG there on the choke. And just took out Icy Green, probably trying to bait too much more than he could chew. And right now, they have 7 minutes to play around with to take this point B.
Now they are going into a lot of ultimates.
Yeah, definitely the Earthshatter and the Dragons could be very hard for the side of Licorice Whip. And Anthony's going to be coming in. Earthshatter comes out from the side of Icy Green. This always smells trouble for Licorice Whip.
Ooh, the return shatter comes out, but they've already lost a few members. That Transcend is coming in clutch from Evandale there. Nano does go out, but it's not really going to mean too much. It does help Ice-T get that shatter back. But it's just another ultimate that you decided to use. But great Transcendence from Evandale in that fight.
Oh yeah, definitely. And right now, even though Quantum Charge used 2 ultimates last, actually they used 3, but I see Drinkle already has his Earth Shatter back, so that's actually impressive. One fight in, he uses Earth Shatter, next fight already have it again. That's just good Ryan play in my opinion.
Yep, that's the smart Nano. Never nano your Reinhardt before the shatter. Nano them after. Where they're able to build up that shatter for the next fight. Let's see what we've got. And speaking of the next fight, Nano Rockets over here does get stunned, but right after he gets stunned, he gets bubbled. There goes the Graviton. There goes the Dragons. And they're going to go ahead and reap what they sow. There's a triple kill for Max and into the push for Licorice.
Yeah, not only there goes Dragons, there goes Licorice Whip going back to the respawn. But now after that set of ultimates, they do have the ultimate advantage. They will be having 5 ultimates once X-Spark does get the Graviton Surge back online. So we'll be seeing what they try to do. They want to go top right or they're going to go middle.
Of course, we do see Quantum Charge up on the high ground. Great place to defend. You really do have a lot of options as far as what you'd like to do when the fight actually breaks out, which has already begun. Lucio getting mighty low. There goes the self-destruct. Doesn't find any. Oh no! Spoke too soon. It does find Max. There's another self-destruct, and it finds Sumiko. So 1 for 1. Healer for DPS. Coalescence does come out from Starcy. They're trying to finish off this fight, trying to get some sort of uphill advantage within this, trying to make sure that they have the bodies in this fight. Nanorock getting mighty low, does get desuited. Phantom Tissue does get killed by himself using that L2. Sorry, that left click.
Oh, but the block from Fluffy. Fluffy doing an amazing job right there, blocking the shadow with her own shield, and doing a really good job right here. Phantom Tissue trying to come back on the point, gets stunned, gets deleted right now. In comes a bomb. Max and Nano are the only people on point. The grab on stage does come out, and right now we're going to be seeing Quantum Charge can't hold this.
And there you go, Spark. Spark is up by the spawn door, trying to just left click every single person as they come out with those Zarya orbs. Transcendence from Evandale not finding a lot of purchase here. The rest of Licorice Whip able to keep themselves alive, but finally we see members start to fall. Sarah going to be the first of those, but they're able to push everybody off of the point. They're still trying so hard to kill that Zarya. Now D.Va back into the equation. Nano Rocket trying to get the rest of the team off of the point. Gets CC'd very quickly, has to pull out the D.Va bomb. Dragons from Max. Found Fluffy, but that's about it. So now we just have a D.Va and a Hanzo on point. Tisk trying to get back on that Ana from the spawn door. Now you see Evandale coming out of that spawn door room. Another coalescence in this fight by Sarcy as Spark, who has been resistant to death, but serving it out so much throughout this fight. Able to stay alive. Finally gets pinned by Ice-T, but has a self-bubble to keep yourself alive. Phantom Tissue trying to do something here, but at the end of the day, there's nothing you can do. Great way to regulate those spawns. Beautiful job by Licorice Whip. 3:11, so they're only a minute and 30 seconds off. That's not too bad.
That's definitely not too bad, and definitely Expert popped off in that final part. Managed to stay alive even though Sarah DG fell, I believe, twice during that last fight. But she managed to just stay up, have that charge, managed to delete the D.Va from the side of Quantum Charge, and yeah, just really good job right there from Licorice Whip, managing to turn the things around and saying, hey, we're not gonna let you guys finish this off with this map. We're gonna try to go one more map. If not, we're gonna go for the reverse sweep, which is probably what we want to see tonight.
Oh, I'd love to see more Overwatch. Duh. No, Quantum Charge MVPs of that push, definitely Sarcy and Spark for Licorice Whip. I mean, Sarcy had 5 coalescences in that entire match. One at the very beginning. She built up another by the time they'd captured point A, and then used that initiation into point B, and then got 2 more before the fight was over.
Yeah, usually when you're playing Moira into a GOATS composition, you're going to get so much ultimate with Coalescence because there's so many health pools that are going to heal up that you're honestly going to make it so quick it's not even funny. But right now we're going to be seeing what Licorice Whip does bring to the table here on attack.
Yeah, they get to attack again, so we'll see if they're able to mimic what they did the first time, or if Quantum Charge has learned it all. They're just going to go barreling through that front gate, giving no regard to health nor hurt. Evandale will be the one to take Sarah D out of the fight, once again falling first. Lose that main tank in that GOATS composition, and it is mighty difficult to keep pushing.
Oh yeah, one difference that we're seeing right here is Max coming back to the Brigitte, and definitely Max during the whole set of this match has been really good on Brigitte. Even though he's going really deep with the Brigitte, he's just managing to get the initial bashes and the final blows that are necessary to just win a team fight. So this is probably going to be what Quantum Charge wants to do. So we're going to be seeing how they go into this next fight.
Not to mention that they're giving their team so much more healing than they had last time, and it looks to me like Licorice Whip is treating this as if it were the same fight, and it is not. Spark and Sarah opening up this window, opening up this door, tearing down the house, but Evandale saving everybody with this Transcendence, just able to keep the entire team alive and let them dish out the damage. Now we got a high charge Zarya. They did use the rally, so a little bit of icing on the cake, a little bit of a silver lining on that cloud, is that Max will not have that rally for the next fight, and Fluffy will.
Oh yeah, definitely. But still, the rally works out because you do get have the armor for next fight, even though Fluffy does have that rally. So we're definitely going to be seeing how both teams engage here. Phantom Tissue and Icy Drink will be having their ultimates really soon, so we're going to be seeing how Licorice Whip adjusts to this ult economy.
Sarah spending a lot of time swinging the hammer, not a lot of time with the shield up, and I understand that in GOATS comp it is all about the brawl, but right now the damage is a bit too much for Sarah D. We're seeing Sarah fall pretty early in these fights. Sarcy and Fluffy and Tomiko having a difficult time keeping up with the healing on that main tank.
Yeah, it's mostly because Evandale is doing a really good job of just putting the Discord into Sarah DG. Sarah DG needs to remember, even though you're playing goats, it's basically in these fights, the first person who swings usually is the first person to die because you get a Discord and then you just get completely rushed. But then comes the rally from the side of Fluffy, so we're going to be seeing what Licorice can do.
Yep, both Reinhardt's charging each other, and it looks like Sarah and the rest of the team just trying to move themselves onto the point, forcing Quantum Charge into an encounter in this small space. Big hammers coming out, and that's going to open the door for that Diva Bomb to grab a triple. Now that's about it for this fight as we see Brigitte battered and torn and tossed off the edge. Nano Rocket there with the rockets to finish this off.
Yeah, not only that, but the gong comes out as a final measure. They use every ultimate in the game. Evandale getting a snipe into Sarsi. Really good job right there.
That hurts.
Yeah, now Sarah DD is going to be... He has to go back into the point. Oh, but this is the grapple. Okay, Sin City is going to be able to touch point right now. This is going to be awkward for the side of Licorice Whip. Right now, it's just Sin City on point. Going to get D-negged, and it's not looking good right now.
Yep, if they'd had their full team when they tried to do that grab, run around back, go to the point kind of thing, I'd have called it a 100 IQ strat. They did it because they had to do it. But since it was just the Diva and the Zarya, there really wasn't much that they could do.
Yeah, so right now, in what I believe happens is, I think Quantum Charge won today's match because right now, Licorice Whip, the most they can do right now is tie. And if that's the case, then they would just win because Licorice Whip can't get 2 games. So sadly, no game 5 for us, but we're definitely going to be seeing if Licorice Whip can at least tie this map because we all do know that map differential at the end of the season is really important.
That it is, but they've got an uphill battle. They have to defend point A for more time than they had to originally.
Yes, that is true. 4 minutes and 44 seconds is nothing to scoff at. But as long as they play their game, they manage not to overextend, get the key pickoffs, and just do what the composition is made to do. They might just do what really good here in this composition. And the difference is, Max this time is not going to be on the Hanzo, so hopefully Sin City doesn't get demeched instantly this time. And hopefully that just like gives opportunities for Tomiko to make walls, separate Ice Tea Drink, and just like win from there.
Attackers incoming.
Well, fingers crossed. Love to see Licorice Whip even up a little bit here on this map. Sarah D, of course, you see Tomiko there. Hiding. Oh, there goes the wall, but the wall was faced the wrong way! No! Let the entire team in. They weren't ready for it. They do get the charge onto Evandale, but Max and Ice T are easily going to come back and level these scores. Another wall comes out, but not in time. And oh no!
It's just Sin City on
Sin
point.
City, the first to die on the first push, the last to die here on the second one. Oh, nope, Sarsi trickling in there at the very end, but... No, that May wall. No.
That was so crucial, and she got the timing perfectly too. It's just she put it vertically instead of horizontally. But yeah, that's gonna be Quantum Charge winning the set for today, 3-0. But we still have one more match tonight. That's gonna be King's Row. So we're definitely gonna be seeing how Licorice can at least try to get one map to at least elevate that map differential. And a rocket with a triple bomb, just casual, you know. Really good job from both teams. From Quantum Charge.
Now, this Licorice Whip's got to bring something big to the table here. You know, they list King's Row as their map.
Yeah, and it's gonna be interesting because King's Row is a map that the GOATS composition is really good with. That triple tank, triple support composition is just so good because there's not much space, not much high ground that the defending team can use. So you just go straight up, try to destroy the tanks, try to destroy everything, try to destroy the whole and soul of the other team. So we're definitely going to be seeing what Licorice Whip try to do. They haven't tried much aside from the May to switch things up. So I don't know what they're going to be doing here on King's Row. Definitely going to be interesting after they mentioned that King's Row is their best map.
Sadly, however, King's Row is also really GOATS friendly.
Yeah, exactly.
And we've seen time and time again Quantum Charge just overpower with that Goats, partially because Evandel on that Zenyatta, great targeting with that, with the Discord, and then I can't knock Nano Rocket and Ice T, both doing a great job of combining at those tank roles. We are about to go ahead and run on into King's Row, but just give us a quick little break so that we can go and grab some water for these throats of ours, and we will be right back with the action.
The world could always use more heroes. Could always use more heroes.
Match.
All right, guys, welcome back here for King's Row. For the side of both teams, look at there. It's going to be a little bit of switching for both sides. We are going to be having Bones in for Fluffy, for the side of Licorice Whip, and ooh, looks like Tiscar is going to be coming out. Going to have a little bit of difficulty for the side of Quantum Charge, but for the side of Quantum Charge, looks like Wowza is going to be coming in for the side of Nano Rocket, I believe, and yes, it is for Nano Rocket. So definitely going to be seeing how these new players try to change up the matchup, trying to see what happens here in Kings Row. So, what's your takeaway from this title?
Oh, there we go. Sorry, I happened to be muted. My takeaway from this, so I believe so you said Wowza was coming in, and Wowza, if I am correct, he is a DPS player. He's probably going to be coming in on that. I don't think he would take Max's Brig role, so I'm curious as where he fits into the goats. Maybe he plays a little bit of Zarya, maybe some Diva.
Yeah,
And
usually okay, so yeah, he's back. But yeah, usually for DPSs, they either go Brigitte or Zarya because usually that's the quote unquote the easiest heroes for DPS to flex on because Zarya is just like managing bubbles and make sure you're targeting correctly. Diva's more of like having to peel, so that's better for the off tank to be playing. And Brigitte is just like for Hita, just be in the front lines, just slapping people with your whip and just make sure everybody's healed.
Yep, and then we've got, I believe Bones was the other one that was coming in, and Bones looks like we're switching up the heals here for Licorice Whip. If I am correct, Bones is Lucio main. She's coming in to try and see if they can switch up the healing regimen there. I think it's a good choice. Yeah, I think with this swap, especially for Licorice Whip, so many points of King's Row are Lucio preferred. Like, no, there aren't any places to go and boot, but there are so many situations where if your team can get around the statue quick enough, or through the chokehold quick enough, or back from spawns so you can defend the first turn after point A, those kind of things, you need the Lucio to do it.
Oh yeah, definitely. Lucio is almost a must here on King's Row because being able to move your Ryan all over the place, putting him in the perfect position is definitely an advantage here for any team, honestly. And for the side of Licorice Whip, I don't know if they're meaning, probably they're not going to be going with that composition.
I was going to say, I thought Bones was a Lucio player.
Yeah.
What is this with the Bastion?
Hey, who knows? Maybe they're going to bring out the Bastion. He's a surprise right now. But looks like right now, Max is going to be playing this Genyu. Wowza is going to be playing the Hanzo. So Quantum Charge is not going to be playing the Goats. They're going to be going for the double Shimada composition. Interesting.
The 2-2-2 family dispute. Let's get it. Max and Wowza working together. Hanzo and Genji. Here on this defense, Licorice Whip will be the first ones to attack, and they're bringing the pharmacy out of the gate right now with Tumiko and Bones into the sky. So we won't be seeing Bones on the Lucio. We will be seeing Bones help out Tumiko in that side. Sin City getting slapped from quite a distance there. Gonna go ahead and take a quick little nap there. Iced tea drink, fighting Sarah D, who is solo on the point right now. Not a lot to put behind that Reinhardt.
Question is, now I was asking where was Sin City, but it looks like Sin City was already in the backline trying to take out Evandale. But it looks like Evandale is going to be D-meching Sin City. Looks like Sarah DG does come back to the fight, so we're going to be seeing what Licorice does take out from this fight.
Yeah, and I'm a little bit confused at why Sarah D is solo on the point, not a single person there. They're trying to, I guess, create some space for their Widowmaker. I don't know, that's Spark. Spark is on. Yeah, not too sure why Sarah D. Yeah, Spark is with Sarah D. I'm sorry, my eyes are tricking me and my brain isn't working. Wowza with a great shot there onto Spark, however, and Sarah finally gets a great charge. The Earth Shatter will kill Sarah on the back of that Storm Arrow to just completely nullify everything. Bones doing everything she can to keep the team alive. Sin City now on the point. There's the Transcendence from Evandale. Silver Lining, you got that Transcendence out of there. But not Silver Lining, you just wasted a minute and a half to push.
Not only that, but Sin City right now is going to be out of her mech. Going to be kind of awkward. Interesting to see that they're running Diva and a Reinhardt. Usually you see Reinhardt with a Zarya here to make sure your Ryan does get all those bubbles. so the Zen doesn't completely destroy you on the opposite end. But Valkyrie's going to be coming out from Bone, so we're going to be seeing how they push up from this side. Tumiko does have that Fair Barrage, so this could be a juicy fight coming in.
Valkyrie to initiate everything, to make sure that everybody's healed and kept up, and Phantom Tissue going to take Tumiko out of the fight. And Bone's trying to get the resurrection, but oh, there it is, going in deep into enemy lines to do so. But while she does that, the rest of the team stays unhealed. And that's going to mean it's going to be an issue. Sarah, however, does get a big shatter and follows it up with a kill into Iced Tea Drink, starting to turn things around. Starcy and Sin City on the point, the only two left, no bubble left for Phantom Tissue, so he's going to take it out by that self-destruct. It's just Max with the Dragon Blade, trying to defend with the help of his Zenyatta, and Sin City's not able to do anything to that Genji. Big Spark is going to go ahead and switch over to Trace to get back to the point to help out as quickly as possible. Now we see a Nano from Tiskahar onto Max, who just dives straight through Spark, taking her out of the fight, follows it up with a kill on the Bones. Ice-T coming in with one of his own, and man, the sustain and the ability to live from Max. Live and get kills, in fact, on that point.
Yeah, Max.
The only reason that Licorice Whip doesn't have it.
Yeah, definitely really good job there by Max by bringing out the Dragon Blade. But not only that, Tiskahar did a really good job of sustaining Max with that nano boost at the end, managing to take out Bones and just like self-sustaining enough for Quantum Charge to come back into this defense. It's going to be interesting because now Wowza and Phantom Tissue does have that Dragon Graviton combo. Saturday is going to be slept already, but we're going to be seeing what Licorice Whip takes to this fight.
And Max is kind of sitting there in the backline. He's just been focusing on Tumiko for most of this.
Oh.
Big shatter from Ice-T, taking down both Sin City and Sarah D as Sarah gets the Nano. They're allowed to put a lot of damage into that Nano boosted Reinhardt and take him out of the fight pretty early. Wowza with that final kill onto Sin City. We're seeing that Dragon Blade come out from Max again. She dives up into the air and takes Tomiko out. Oh, showing off right there. A little bit of flexing from Max.
Yeah, right now, Licorice Whip only have less than 10 seconds to get to the point. Phantom Tissue does have that Graviton. In comes the Graviton. Is the Dragon's going to be coming out? No, because it does get eaten by Sin City, but it's too late. Yeah, it's going to be round number 1. And Quantum Charge, all they have to do is get less than 2 ticks, and they're going to get the 4-0 in today's match.
Switching sides.
And man, there are a couple of moments where I know if I'm the coach of Licorice Whip, I'm going back on this VOD. And I'm saying, hey guys, we got to call out those targets. We got to make sure that we are finishing those kills. Because there were a couple of moments where Max got real low. He was able to kind of escape, grab a Harmony Orb from Evandel, and get right back into the fight. Build up that Dragon Blade, got a couple of kills, swung the fight the other way.
Yeah. And definitely it's going to be interesting to see what Licorice Whip last stand is going to be here on this defense. Because it's a hard feat, less to say. Almost 3 minutes, I believe, here to try to defend this point A from not only less than 2 ticks, but 40%. So, gonna be interesting. Looks like Tumiko is gonna be going with this Sombra, so it's gonna be interesting. Sombra, she does get that EMP off, is really valuable against Goats because Goats is a sitting duck once EMP hits them. So. Definitely gonna be interesting, but of course, as I mentioned, that they just switched to Ash because just cause.
I'm kind of excited. We haven't seen any of the Ashes, and I've noticed that defensively, especially on these point A's, whether that be a control point or a hybrid point such as this, Bob can be an extreme asset to allow you to get respawns back because you can throw him onto the point, pull your team out, let people kind of regroup, and then come back in and do another fight, and not have to lose any control points to do it. But wow, what a quick push right now from Ice Tea Drink. They're already on the point. Max taking out Bones, Inigo taking out Evandel. People trying to get kills as whichever way they can please. Ice Tea Drink, however, does fall. But we're not seeing the same thing be true. Usually when the main tank falls, the composition begins to fall apart, but that is not the case here for Quantum Charge. They lost their Reinhardt, but they gained some confidence as they are pulling through this fight. Bones, Spark, trying to keep things alive right now for Licorice Whip. Discord onto that Lucio. Spark gets taken out by Ice-T, and it's just the lonely skater boy on that point. There's Sarah DG on the hammer trying to get back with the quickness, but she's not able to do so due to that stun from Wowza. And looks like we're going to see Quantum Charge take home the 4-0 tonight.
Yeah, and really good job here from Quantum Charge. just showing off how well prepared they were for today's match. Definitely seem to have their strats in place and team communication in their regards. And here you see Max, that self-sustain with that nano boost, just managing to just survive to keep the point off. And yeah, Quantum Charge, definitely really great showing from them. And hopefully for Licorice Whip, they can watch today's game and try to take something out of it today, because definitely they do have to fix a little bit of things to make sure they're ready for next week.
This is true, but that's why VODs exist. You can always go back and say, hey, you know what? I see exactly what we did there. Or even better, you can look at these teams if you do get 4-0'd and go back and go, hey, what did they do? What was it that they did to us that allowed them to get that? And then you can come in and next time I hope that next time we see Licorice Whip fight Quantum champions, at the least we see Licorice Whip take 2 maps.
Yes.
That is my challenge to them.
Definitely. And I guess in regards of now that the match is over, I guess we can go over what happened in regards of the tournament yesterday.
Yeah, I've got the scores right here. Basically, we had 3 4-0s yesterday. Those are going to be expandable Academy. Got to put the emphasis in there so people get the pun. They lost to Ghost Peppers in a 4-0. And then we also... that was a majors match. And I believe that we also had Older Watch up against Power Naps. They lost in a 4-0.
Fun fact, for Older Watch, I do believe one of their players in their first game on, I believe it was either Sunday or Saturday, one of their players had some, let's say, some comeuppance and probably got a little bit angry and might have possibly punched the monitor and broke the monitor match, making them forfeit. But so well, yeah.
A little bit of Reddit fodder for you guys. But wow, I mean, you know what? I had a whole monologue earlier about the possible breaking of computer accessories over here. So I understand. I get it. Sometimes it happens. We also had Otter Oxide and Penton Viserion, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. And Otter Oxide won that one with a 4-0 as well. Mm-hmm. And we also had Yes versus the Megs. Yes takes that cake with a 3-1. And then Greyhound Solar was able to beat Echo 6 in a 3-1 as well. So we haven't seen any real gritty rivalries pop up just yet. You know, it's still pretty early in the season. But this can sometimes give you a bit of an insight into who really, really prepared for their matches.
Oh, yeah, definitely. And in regards for teams, they definitely shouldn't get too hectic with the standings right now. It's still just the first week. Definitely teams are not going to be fully polished as they would be. So for coaches and players, take a deep breath. If you haven't gone to the start that you want, just calm down, go back, watch the VODs, make sure what mistakes you guys are doing, and just fix them. This is the whole point of the tournament. So you guys just become better players, become a better team, and hopefully try to prove everybody wrong once the coming weeks do come to show.
You know, and that's what this is all about. Jump into a match, have some fun playing with your friends. Make sure you do better next time. That's, you know, that's what I think a competitive league is. Yeah. Anyway, guys, that's it for us here at the Owlet. Huge thank you from myself, Leoxicon, and Hodohori for tuning in and checking out this match. Huge thanks to the players for coming out and playing the match. And shout out to the coaches for watching it and not biting all of their fingernails off. But we're going to have to turn it off. We're going to have to head home. So thank you very much. You guys have a wonderful evening. And from the Owlet, we thank you. Have a good night.